There's a reason why it's called Bosku as well, right? And I do like the call right now a little bit more. I'm interested to see what's going to happen now with this lane, as in the first blood happens up top with Shanks.
Yep, into the select for now, as there's going to be a pounce top lane. There is a cookie and a scatter blast down bottom as well. They're getting that kill onto Disruptor, but Tino diving underneath this tower. It'll be the second stack of permanent agi there for Raven.
That is looking...
Most have been onto these treants, but yeah, the denies. And
Palos, is he just going to die to the treants here down bottom? They don't have an arrow.
Oh, no, they do.
They just hit him. They just hit him with the arrow. The body blocks don't come out, but the leap to try to get a little more attack speed. Palos will fall to Tibbs pretty much alone. The treants just were there for a little bit of extra damage, but Bosco doesn't even bother. They tip him as well. They glimpse back Tibbs.
Okay.
Tibbs is okay to die for this.
That's something, and I think you're right. He is okay to die. No experience there, no in here, and giving Carl a refill, it does, you know, kind of reduce the how big of a lead that Bob's able to get, how oppressive he can be, especially if Tibbs decides to stick around. And careful though, Carl used Swashbuckle onto the wave, which means he doesn't have it now.
And he dies
for it.
I think it was the flame break damage that ended up killing him off, as Tibbs does get a counter kill here, but it's a good start for Bob, and he got the experience out of it. The combination of Disruptor plus Batrider becomes a strong enough ganking squad, right? That's the goal, it seems like.
Wow, Arrow, Tibbs going very aggressively here. There's enough mana for a glimpse. They just need the range, and they'll have Tibbs back into the tower range.
Yeah, they're trying to kill him. Starstorm, though, gets the life of Carlo, and he also damages Palos considerably.
Powerful skills, you know, and base stats in the case of Nyx Assassin. When you can't do that, I mean, your best bet is just at least trading 1-for-1. At least he's able to do that as mid lane. Bob, baiting here.
That's Firefly. He tried to flame break that away, but instead he got hit by the arrow. Is Bob really gonna die here? Oh, Bob. He thought he could get away with a cheeky flame break play. XD! Doesn't have a pounce anymore. AU tries to help him with a cookie. Bosku's here too.
Carl's here too.
Everyone's trying to catch a spider. And with a swashbuckle, he might just be able to. Nice slow there from the shield crash. Tino's gonna look to fall. What a guess by Carl. Very well played.
Yeah, and this is a really tough game here for Tino.
And also, the traditional mindset against Broodmother is always, when she gets level 6, what will we do? Well, what if she never gets level 6? Solved.
Exactly. Not an issue here so far for Blacklist Rivalry, who are going to now put some more pressure into the mid lane as Carl is killed off. A nice toss back there from Shanks will secure it.
Bob, he doesn't have the flaming lasso any longer. We're chasing after Tims. Shanks might go up to that, baiting it out, Carl, right? They need vision, though, the Spectre.
No, you don't. You just roll.
Just roll? Rolls can always
roll, brother, roll.
That's a really premature roll. Oh, maybe with the kisses, they kill Carlo. And Palos is still farming this lane.
Bob?
Interesting choice. Mortimer's kisses hurt Palos a fair amount, as Carl has now found Palos.
Where's Cuckoo?
But Carl might just die under this tower. Someone help Carl? No? Carl's gonna try to TP. They have anything to cancel this. They have mana for lasso, but they didn't have the time to make it to him. They had to use Magic Wand and or it's just
alongside Tims.
Yeah. They're going to find Palos now with a cookie. Scatter Blast already been used. As well, the arrow. Short range, though, so only Max only getting some damage, but that's going to work out to kill off the Spectre, as the counter initiation is here. It's going to be Bob, and he's hoping to finish off AU. Not the best trade, but at least you made something out of Palos' life, who maybe was farming a bit too aggressive.
I wonder if Blacklist Rivalry are thinking about maybe making a timing push. Slark, not the best tower sieger, but maybe that's where you can rely on Cuckoo for him to do a little bit more tower damage. We shall see, but for now, it's Execration who'll make an aggressive play on the Blink reveal.
Dark Pact, I think, got used. No, they didn't get used in time, which means Static Storm will now cancel this Slark Raven. Instead, AU will try to TP, and he will not be successful, as I think it was Avalanche that canceled.
I think it was Tower and Chase a Spider. You know, he's still finding a bit of impact here. Or will Carlo just die?
Carlo will just die. They also kill his courier on top of that, adding insult to injury here.
But the tower goes down top.
Yes, which is finally Tino's job has been completed. 17 minutes in, not the ideal timing for a Broodmother, but
it's bottom.
Some recovery. Bottom lane, like you said, they're going for Bob. Bob, though, is too strong against fire. He's actually playing around the high ground very perfectly, and Carl could be in trouble. Has a swashbuckle ready, though, to get away, just in case. But Shank is here to cancel it. Yeah, Carl's in a difficult position now. They got the avalanche toss as well.
No.
Don't need. The haunt will finish him off. Carl's down. There's the 50-50 man we knew, as they also catch Tims, 2 dead, and perhaps a third as AU is being glimpsed back into the kinetic field. That was Carl leading the whole team into a crazy play.
Look at the amount of ult chat in.
That, or maybe just play on the BKB on Slark. We already hear a lasso. That's going to be for the Pangos. Static Storm. There's no way to get out of this one.
Double dust.
But they have the damage. They do.
And the detection, most importantly this time. They won't let it slip away from their hands.
But that's the Shadow Step as well used, not the Haunt. So not only is deal extra damage with a single target, but more importantly, you preserve the Haunt for this next team fight.
Absolutely. And by the time that Carl respawns, you'll have another Shadow Step anyway. So, of course, it's just really efficient usage. However, Blacklist.
He has BKB, so it's going to be the reveal here with Mortimer's Kisses. They're trying to go for a simple kill on Shanks.
Arrow, Carlo.
The arrow was really good, actually. Set up for a second kill here. More agility for Raven, but he doesn't have the pounce. No axe just yet, and now Tims is the one in trouble. As a Broodmother and a Batter are chasing after her. Now the Haunt as well. Everything committed for Tims, and next to the Glimpse, he will die. Raven activates BKB, but he's on the retreat here. They're going for just Prophet as well. And it needs to be a TP from Raven as Bosco gets sent back with a Flame Break, but nothing to cancel that TP.
That being said, it's still very effective. It's only onto you, Carl.
Yes, but Carl is a roll-up. Now the Rolling Thunder. And he goes, let's go for Shanks. The TPs are coming. It's Bosco first. He'll trust Bosco to join him, but the pipe is saving Shanks from most of the damage right now. In fact, Bosco, he might have just been baited by Carl. Bosco's in trouble, so is Carl. He's sending the Static Storm. The cookie is not going to help him in time. Bosco's already fallen. Carl in that Static Storm tries to get a shield crash, a little bit damage reduction out. He is tanking a fair amount as the reinforcements are here by Blacklist Rivalry, hoping to save the mid laner, but they won't be good enough. The dispersion is actually what gets him there.
Ravens feels like he can still fight.
He tried to take a support down, but instead he got sent back thanks to the Glimpse. Tims will die instead. And now, with the cookie trying to fight against Palos head on, Blade Mill activated, he can no longer do this, and a toss cancels his last TP from AU. Shanks never actually left a fight. Blacklist Rivalry, they can't quite
estimating them in some way. I'm not sure where this comes from. Maybe it's some sort of, they're just a Div 2 team, we'll just run at them kind of thing. I don't know what it is. It was a really strong start as well from Blacklist that might have kind of, you know, led them astray, but yeah, now they're going to be...
As soon as the Dark Packet's used, that was a perfect lasso timing. Bob was waiting for that. Bob was waiting for that the whole time. Well played.
Underground and fight type of carry. By the way,
Raven,
speaking of calculating fights, Blacklist are like, we're not scared of Aegis. In we go.
In we go.
The pounce.
Yeah, but he has two now. It's
we
fine.
have two.
That's why you get the double. Oh, okay, Carlo gets saved by the Force Staff. Okay, no triple pounce. Unfortunately, that's why you don't miss the first one. And now they toss Carlo in place. Not great. Rolling Thunder plus roll up.
Okay,
and keep Carlo stunned. Someone kill Carlo, please. There we go. He's finally down. Haunt has been committed though, but not much damage going down. Nice avalanche. Bosco, he could be in trouble now. And he's quite slow. He needs the TP to really get away. Lasso's been used as well on the Pangolier, but Bob is suffering a lot of damage here from the Kisses, and now Raven as well, thanks to the pounce. Will kill Bob. It's working in Blacklist's favor now. Shanks is the next target, it seems like, but he's quite tanky. Raven, however, gets the pounce, has extra as his shit, and that's dead Shanks.
Very good. And this is what Slark wants. It does feel like 1920 is that kind of break point.
Maybe spiders are a little bit too slippery. Armadillo hat catches her. We're watching a really weird episode of Discovery Channel as Tino finally loses his life.
Oh, Palos is in?
Palos is
you madman.
Why? Oh, because he can actually kill Carl.
Because he can kill him.
He's too strong.
No,
that Storm the Cliff sent him away. He saved Carl.
Oh, no.
Where's the tip, Carl? You need to tip him now. This is a golden moment, Carl. XD in the chat, please. Oh, that is a dead Palos. And a really bad fight for Execration because they're going to lose it twice.
45 essence, by the way. Arrow whips, that's
He's
fine.
dead. That doesn't matter. There's a pounce ready. Palos, okay, maybe they miss everything.
Bob's here? What the heck?
This fight is going on.
Oh, no, Shanks.
They have no chill. Shanks is joining along. They have a toss. Palos is dead.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there's the tip by Carl. And the pounce pitch perfect. Shanks will just be the last sacrificial lamb in this engagement. 10 agility for the Slark.
54 stacks of essence there. He's now losing them. No, I think they're going to find Carlo.
Oh, well, they hit him with Wrath of Nature. I guess it's a start.
The Tiny.
Carl? Yes. He's committing to his Rolling Thunder this time. Swashbuckle as well. Shield crash in place. And that's almost a check. Saved by the pipe for now. Shanks out of mana. The counter initiation's here. Carl is going to be sent back under the tower. But he does have Swashbuckle to survive for now. He has 2 Spectre Illusions onto him. Spectral Dagger as well. Mortimer's Kisses to cover his escape. As Raven fights Spectre head on. Realizes this Spectre's a little bit too strong. Raven just trying to get a little bit of space here. Carl's already dead. The Avalanche also stops this retreat here from Blacklist Rivalry's Palos. Has to get the next kill. It's going to be on Tims, it seems like. So only supports here for the guys of Execration, and of course that initial Carl kill that was so valuable for them.
Very happy with the way that last fight has played out for them. Once again, they get Palos back into the driver's seat as Blacklist Rivalry. They initiate down bottom and do force the battle. Hold on, I thought they're on a Slark.
Yeah, he has BKB, but no pounces. 4 more seconds for that pounce. Dark packs preemptively. Now gets hit with a Spectral Dagger. The pounce is finally here. They toss the creep to get vision over him. And they do! That's gonna work!
Wow!
What a play! What a play there by the Tiny.
Importantly, it'll block the Flaming Lasso.
Yes.
That being said, there's 4 staff and a Yule Scepter on the Bat Rider, so he's got plenty of tools to break this thing. We'll see if they're able to do it here.
Also Abyssal and Spectre, okay. Catching a Tiny. Will the pipe be here in time? The Garden Greaves already. The pipe buff as well. Tiny's tanking a fair amount, but Shanks will finally die this time as Tina's trying to finish off Tim's in the back lens. AU's already dead. Tim's, they still see him with a Thunder Strike. Can they get close to him? Yes, the Shadow Step will succeed. That's a dead Tim's as Raven. He still sees an opportunity here to go, but he's an easier target. This
hold that thought. I think we're going to fight.
Yeah, it's just Shadow Dance. It's not that strong. Yeah.
You knew where I was going with that. Good leap away from Tim's.
Rolling Thunder.
That's 4-1.
Okay, they glimpse someone into the Static Storm. They could kill Marana with this, and Carlo still surviving. They don't hit him with the last Rolling Thunder pin. Swashbuckle also misses Carlo to the high ground. Carlo somehow still alive as Carlo trying to finish off his doppelganger. Instead, they got the lasso with Raven. Carlo is stronger than Carl. The extra letter is making him unkillable here.
Carlo's still alive, too.
He is up on the high ground. He's cosplaying a ward. Carlo finally gets him. But it's just not good enough. He might die for this. The Tiny's keeping in control. Tino's just hitting him as much as he can. Then besides the Vice, that's going to be a dead Pangolier. I cannot believe how long Carlo survives there.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that's just, it's such a good fight there for Execration, isn't it? Once again, the Rolling Thunder not perfectly positioned. Shout-outs to Carlo as well, who does die in that.
They got Bosco too.
Oh, no.
That's going to be your last poor dead here. That's going to be a free Roche, unless...
No, he's dead.
They have Yols. Look, Spectre doesn't even commit to this. That's the sign of disrespect. She goes back to the Roche and just lets the illusion do the trick with the help of the Batrider.
Out. If they can control these fights, I still think they've got a really good chance in this game.
Tim's, they try to do the same play as Carlo earlier, but they have vision. They have vision, they have Static Storm, they have a Spectre. That's going to be a dead Tim's. I agree. I also feel like Bob is going to kill him.
It has to be something for him.
No, they didn't come in the Shadow Step. Okay.
No, it's Palos who didn't get the kill. If they have detection.
Oh, see, it's just the illusion again. Oh, no, it's 2 cores, guys. They can't buy dust.
No, it's impossible.
Doesn't show up in the shop for them. Now they know, actually. Blacklist Rivalry is going to take advantage of the fact that there's no Bob here, so they're going to try to fight here. Let's see if it works out. For now, it's Bosco taking a fair amount of damage. AU finally dies in the top lane, and Bosco has been left alone. He's dead. Marana has now been stuck with the Yule Scepter. They get the toss, they get the bash, now the Abyssal. She's dead. And so does Carl. Turn into a pig, now turn into a set of ham. Raven finally joins in, but we already got a hand. Can we get a pairing of Sushi here as well? Raven will get the kill. The Shark looking nice. Carlos, he does get the kill. Now he BKBs. He tries to get away. Bob nearby. Bob still has vision and extra movement speed as well. Has the Yule Scepter. Raven just used a Dark Pact. And it seems like Bob should have seen this. Flame break back. Where's the Yules? Oh, there's a Spectre instead. Avalanche. There we go. Finally, the pairing of Sushi we're looking for. Raven tries to get enough distance to pounce, but it's on cooldown, which means Blacklist Rivalry will be losing every single one of their heroes.
The catapults, I think it's going to die. Yep, okay.
That's Mayagrees for the catapults.
And also a free kill onto Raven.
Wow.
Yep. Okay, that's
game. There we go.
GG, okay.
But you know, the joy now is to be found by Blacklist Rivalry, who have found Palos in the bottom lane. They go for a really surprising
He's shifting, though.
Oh, no.
He do be shifting.
Palos is shifting, but can they shift gears? Oh, maybe. Yeah, Bosco didn't get hit by the tower long enough, so nobody's going to die. Wow. But Palos will shift himself into safety.
What a balanced hero, huh?
It's level 1 attribute shift. It's kind of, it's the fault. What is AU doing?
What are you talking? He literally got smoked by
round 2, says AU.
Oh, maybe he'll get him.
Oh, he'll get it. Thunder Strike. Oh, go.
Oh!
Yeah! AU.
There it is, the tips. Let him rain down. Bosco tips Palos. There it is. There. Come on, give some more. Oh, he's going to deny himself, AU.
Oh, my God.
And the ha-has are out.
Oh, Carl's full on deranged now. There's 5 ha's here.
Oh, and AU just ends his own.
Especially if someone rotates. Let's see what else happens in the rest of the lanes here. The bottom lane's also a big kill lane, so we'll see how effectively Tims can utilize this match damage against him. As this
boots are certainly the way to go early, no matter what, right? I mean, I know that's par for the course, but I don't think... Oh, hold on top.
Shanks is being glimpsed back. He has a Fairy Fire as well. The Insatiable Hunger gets activated. Shanks is going to die to the auto attacks.
Yeah, you have a really nice support to facilitate some surprise jumps onto the morphling, who, I'm a little bit surprised by this, Avo, has decided not to go for a point in waveform, but the 2 in attribute shift, so he still has those safety points.
And he could be punished for this. Scatter Blast, plus the Hoof Stomp gets him. Hopefully a second of sticks, that's the phrase, which means I am going to beat you up. Coserte a palos.
Really?
Yeah, which is why it's so appropriate for the carry.
That's very cool. Timo, he's getting
stitched
Yes,
apart.
Tim's got some stitches there. Some magical stitches from Bob.
And so does Tino as well. That's going to be the first permanent stack of Agi. Mid lane, though, the pressure's still being applied here. Even getting the Fortify out. Now, Bob does not have a single point in the Diabolic Edict, but he still does nuke the waves incredibly quickly.
Yes.
So the Wagon doing a bit of work
But
here.
maybe with a Water Sponge, they have a setup. They still have the kinetic field. Snowball, a little bit more damage to Counter-Strike. The slows are good. The Bob is fighting back, actually, thanks to the bottle. He's keeping himself alive. The Scatter Blast will finish him off.
Huge
After
stun.
telekinesis gets his 3, but they once again lack the damage. Fate Bolt in a second for Carlo. AU keeps his distance, making sure not to get Fate Bolted, and Carlo dies with that
3 plus immediately 2 more, so 5 stacks of Essence basically immediately out from the gate.
Yep.
And I think Morphling's going to hate that.
Shanks. He's going to be in trouble now. As low on HP, Raven finally joins. He wants that extra agi. He'll find it.
Yep. That's, I think, his second permanent stack. Not bad whatsoever. Gets him a little bit closer to that Echo Saber, speaking of seconds. And again, I think it is about those 2 auto attacks, just making sure that you can really kick off these fights a bit faster. You know, last game when you took a look at the lineup, but it's only a matter of time here, considering, of course, he doesn't need that energy booster. He simply disassembles the boots. So he just needs that voodoo mask and then the money for the recipe, and he'll be basically online. As mid lane, there is a snowball under tower. Telekinesis is still going to stun up the Rubik if he interrupts it. However, the counter kill is going to happen in exchange. So it'll be a 1-for-1 and a much better trade there for Execration, indicated by Carlo's tip.
Yeah, Apollo's in the bottom lane, though. This could secure this kill as there's no TPs ready to save him. However, he has attribute shift. He's also a morphling, but he gets flinched back into the hook stomp. They missed that combo. And now they just need one more stun to keep him in place. Actually, he just took too long to attribute shift.
He did. And actually, I have to say, not always something that I like to mention, or even something that I noticed. As you saw, like that actually kind of maybe even caught Paulus a bit off guard there. He thought he was maybe just going to be able to walk away, but couldn't.
Shanks in the top lane is also the target now for Carl. As he got stunned by the cookie, but he tossed him away regardless. That's how cookie works, interestingly enough. Shanks will die, but Tim's might out to the spiders. Look at Carl trying to save his teammate. Instead, he closes him in a prison of ice, and he will die in it. And spiders, yes.
And spiders. Yeah, so the way, because that's the second time we've seen...
I did want to comment on the Slark build, but first we're going to see a kill here on Tino. Or an attempt, actually. He has full pipe now. He's quite tanky.
He's a tanky lad.
Shanks is here as well with some reinforcements. Tino is low on mana, still has the arcane boots though, but he's keeping them. Finally using
He off the mark.
There's the step beat committed. Hoof stomp with the blink dagger, catches Tino. Now with a sponge battle link's not saving him.
Let's turn that into the Ag Scepter from that Ogre Axe. And I think he's going to use this Oblivion Staff then for the Mage Slayer.
Yes, he will.
So it's a super, super efficient build here.
Very, very good build. What's not very efficient is AU's positioning, which is why he's going to fall. Static Storm committed. Forced the Bloodstone from the Leshrac, but it's mostly a retreat signal right now, as Bob can just... Oh, he actually is not a Split Earth. He used it earlier, so at least Tims can get away.
And that's the Blink reveal, I believe, for Shanks. He's got another Blink here in a sec. Level 2 already committed into that Pulse Nova. Is out of mana, so he'll have to go home and probably fill up in a little bit, but already starting to come into his own form here.
Bosco being sent back. He's going to die to that toss back. Shanks and Tino, too scary. But Glimpse might punish Shanks for this play as Raven joins in. Thanks to the Dark Pact, he guarantees his skill. 4 agility stacks now as Mage Slayer just got finished.
Yeah, Mage Slayer's a huge item for him here. That 25% magic resist, Shadow Dance, and probably soon Depth Shroud he'll pick up at some stage this game in order to aid his survivability. Speaking of survivability, Tino really showing that off now. Does not have pipe, didn't have the mana for it, but you can see he's still quite a tanky spider.
He did kill AU almost by accident there, as Tino is playing in this set of trees. They're going to have to break him. Now with a tag team, they're going to be able to break him instead.
Okay. Really making Raven work for it, but again, just showing off how tanky he can be. Just still doing Broodmother things, but again, make sure that someone's, I like to call it passing the baton, as I think they're going to pass through Shanks here real quick. Ooh, good blink out though.
Very, very good. But Raven, he's not done.
No, he's
Shanks gets glimpsed back. They just needed vision of him.
timing.
That was very good timing. And another nice pounce by Raven. Shanks might die here. However, in the backlines, we do see Carl tanking 3 heroes. Thanks to BKB, he's still alive for now. Actually, those ice shards stolen by Rubik will curse Carl and keep him in place. Even with Stampede and BKB committed, they cannot save him.
Yeah, Staff very popular in the European planes. Oh, hold on.
Bosku.
Good stun.
Seemed like he just wanted to annoy.
Axe.
Yeah, that's
Spinner
the X.
snare.
That's a little bit annoying. Carl's forced back to ABKB, but Raven wants to fight. And thanks to the Mage Slayer, they're really
level 2
reducing his
kisses.
damage. Level 2 kisses might just be enough. Bob dies. That's it without a Scotty on Raven.
Palos is here though. He's got BKB.
Shadow Dance Palos with the BKB turns into Tusk, but there's a Stampede to disengage. They had this plan from the start. Carl doesn't get hit by the snowball stun. Bosku gets saved by the cookie. And Blacklist rivalry, they have the high ground advantage now, which means they can still go for it. Hoofstomp though gets avoided telekinesis, stopping Bosku. And now he's stuck in the web. Like a fly in the web, what will they kill first? The Warrens, it seems like he's going to be Lunge, though they have Desert as well. No, because they're fighting back. Lunge is fighting back. Raven wants to kill the Morphling, and Palos will die as a result. Static Storm surprising him. Carlo now gets sent back with a glimpse. Flying fish everywhere, but Carlo will die as a result of this play.
Yeah, Carlos murió. Down here. Type of insight now, 4-staff for Cuckoo. I think that's an item build he likes to go for.
Look at Raven go.
Wow.
He's hunting Bob right next to his tower, and he might just kill him.
Oh yeah,
Scotty
got
with
him.
Mage Slayer, there's not enough healing on Bob. They send him back with Glimpse. He's stuck in the kinetic field. Another kill on Bob. Static Storm
Raven wants to fight more.
gets Carlo, and Raven will finish him off.
Yeah, that's 34 stacks of essence, so there's no way he was backing down from that.
Save here on Blacklist rivalry. This will make very difficult for, honestly, Bob to heal. And talking about Bob, Bob's dead.
Yep. He's just getting caught out now. I mean, he is not tanky enough to lift the... Well, specifically, he really doesn't have enough damage to deal with the Slark, which is, I think, normally not what he's used to.
Now, you does fall at least. Tim's is the next target.
Raven's in.
Raven is in. Did he actually shout at Stone? Just to go back for now. He's going for the supports first, gathering as much essence as he can. Now he could be in trouble, has to heal. Tim's is also in trouble. Death Shot has been used, and that's not going to save Tim's, who put himself out of position with a 4-staff. He's just trying to gain as much space as possible. He won't succeed. Now they root up the Slark. Raven has to dark fight himself to safety. Bosku's also running away with a haste rune. In the web he goes. Raven wants to join him.
So 2 pretty big items that they're smoking in on, as there goes Bosku, finding the spinner snare. And the stun. Toss back.
Bosku might be in trouble now, Bob.
Oh, look at the damage.
BKB, so he avoids Static Storm for now, but they did force the BKB with the Walrus Punch. They keep him in place. And look at the Slark going for him. He's still slowed by the Scotty. He's not healing that much. Motormerskis might not be hurting him. Finally, the BKB ends. They have a chance, but they're going for Rubik first. Carl wants to get away. Does not want to get stuck here with the Morphling. And unfortunately, Carl will get stuck there dead.
Oh, Bosku!
They sent Bosku in, but that was a really awkward initiation as he's trying to run away. Tim's, why are you griefing your boss? Tim's just sent him to his death.
Oh no, that was very awkward here. You can see they're like, well, I guess the Slark's getting away. Snare, that's going to reveal the smoke gank. And here's Carlo as well to do even just that. Whoa, Raven. Madman.
Yeah, he wants to go for the supports first. Fight the Morphling instead. Not the ideal target. He did use the Shadow Dance already. He doesn't have to die. He does not. There's the Stampede. That's Rubik's, though. And that might put AU in a difficult position. Might have to drop Static Storm. No, he dies before he can. TP from Carl. They're stuck in the spinner snare again. Tim's trying to get out. Maybe helping out Bosku instead. Tried to swallow him and gulp him away.
There's another pounce.
Another Stampede steal, so he can keep it for longer as Bosku used it to try to get himself to safety. But instead, he'll find himself surrounded and killed. Oh no, Blacklist once again losing the plot a little bit here in these initiations.
Yeah, this morph into Slark, it's pretty difficult for Slark. There's a Hex on the Raven.
Oh, the Raven there as well.
Raven.
Save Raven.
The cookie.
They have the Shadow Dance in time. And the Force as well.
But they've leashed him.
They have leashed him. He has Death Shroud on top of him. He's healing a lot. They managed to kill the Rubik perhaps? No, Carl went in like crazy and instead he's just going to get pummeled on his own. Okay. Carl's dead.
He has buy-die, but it's getting really bad. Now, GG, oh, it's well played. Okay.
Just a well play, just a well play.
Sorry, I got really scared.
Yes. They send a creep over. They want to at least punish this Shanks. And with the pounds, they should be able to. But the damage, unfortunately, is not high enough yet.
Yules actually saves Shanks.
Yes, it does.
Okay, not a bad item there once you consider that Morph obviously make that Slark cannot gain Essence Shift stacks. There he goes, though.
He is. The Aegis is 1 minute and 33 seconds. Trying to get rid of it first. Another Hex for Bosku, but Bosku's a little bit tankier. They can stand with a cookie. Bosku, he knew that he could survive this.
What a man.
They even glimpse back the Morphling. Okay, this might be his first life now. Palos tries to shift. First life gone. 17 attribute shift stacks, or sorry, essence shift stacks for the Slark. And a Static Storm gets set up. There's no big chance because there's an Axe, but they do same with a 4-staff. Now the Walrus Punch. Carl's back to fight. Carl wants to get rid of this Morphling. Palos is dead. And Blacklist rivalry. They want to get the Broodmother's head. Tino sent back to his grave.
Shout out to that little ping, Palos pings. Tusk has returned. Indeed, he has there on the buyback, really making a difference. Really great.
Webs being spun so they can find this area.
On Bosku.
Yeah, Bosku I think meant to do this because he does force stuff unless he gets tossed back. There's the force stuff used. Carl finds Bob first. Bob, hard here to kill, but now that Slark's on him.
Oh,
they save him with a shard. Now the BKB used, but Bob's still slow with a Scotty. Bob, he goes invisible, and apparently he's
They don't have detection?
They don't have detection.
Wow.
Carl didn't die to Palos though, and that's the round 2 for Raven. And they send the Tusk in. Palos did get stunned, managed to get forced as a safety. Still trying to kill Carl. The snowball's being set up. The host up as well, and
They
Palos is
got
dead.
the more.
They did get him.
He bought back.
He did buy back, but Blacklist rivalry. They're gonna have to deal with this more for a second time. Can they do so? Will they just retreat? Tim is trying to TP. He is retreating, and he will succeed as they don't have vision over him. Bosku might not be so lucky though. Tries to get some space, the Havoc Hammer, but unfortunately Bosku is as good as dead.
Okay.
Carl's did back too.
Yeah, Raven is going to immediately start.
Saves Bob.
They need sentries. They need sentries down here to try and defend. Bob is way too confident up here.
Yes,
Raven,
he is.
It can fight. He's got 25 seconds of essence. He just needs to see his target.
Yeah, there's the Shadow that's committed, so they can't quite stun him, but they do get him with a couple of area stuns. Paul, like they Static Storm. They're really going to come into Bob. Bob, though, he's not going to die. His Slark turned into a pig, and the Slark is going to to him. There's going to be a second Slark life. Will he commit it now, or will he wait for Carl?
I think now you just chill. They've already gotten what they want for it. There's a stolen Stampede, so they're just going to get out as well and go back for Roche. Disastrous there for Blacklist rivalry. Once again, I mean, I have to give so much credit. They are, but Execration, they've never gone to a game 3 in their 4th series. We'll see if they do it now as they jump Raven.
Raven did get a dark backed off, so that's Hex going to be immediately dispelled. The Snowball with some help as well. Depth Sharp, no, it was actually the Shadow Dance that got used first. They're going for Palos, but he's not going to die. BKB did get spent. They glimpse him back. Static Storm. They don't use it. They won't commit it just yet because it's his first life, of course, on Palos.
Whoa, Raven.
They saved him. Raven went a little bit hand, but he's saved by the Dark Pact as well. Now Palos turned into a Slark. They hit him with a cookie, but now he body blocks Tims. That's be bad for Tims, who might just kill himself. They have to commit it here, and they're hoping to kill the Morphling at least once, but they lack the damage. Raven didn't want to commit for this, and he's going to live through this. Like I said, still his first life, finally gone. Motormerskis is committed, but you're out of resources for round number 2. And round number 2 is going to hurt a lot as Palos seems unkillable here.
And that is, okay, there's at least a fortify, but they're really setting up to take down this thing.
There's a heart on Bosku, so he's not going to go down easily this time. They also sent a Slark like crazy. They surprised the Morphling. Palos is dead. He didn't shift for that stun. And of course, the help from the Bloodthorn is what stopped the shift there as Bob, Thunderstruck, he still tries to hit Bosku. He's trying to finish off the enemy offlaner. Take by the cookie. Bosku's not going to die. Look at the Snapfire go, trying to slow down this Bob.
Well, he's, by the way, another gobble up, spitting Bosku right in.
You see why it's difficult to tell? I couldn't even tell Bosku was the one being thrown in.
You know, holding the high ground here, still has the scythe.
I don't know if you want to fight into
Morphling is back. He's TPing up for the outpost.
Shit, that was a really good avalanche. Bob might just kill AU here, but Carl did get finished off in the back lens.
There's no
Could be an opportunity. We'll see. Bosku acted his own Stampede. Retreat for Blacklist rivalry.
Raven has BKB.
He's trying to heal back up thanks to the Depth Shroud. Bosku, though, got caught in the shards. And
he's going to be pounded.
I don't know who stole the shard. Oh, it was the Morphling.
Yep.
It was the Morphling. Bosku's dead. Carl dies as well.
Oh, that's a kill on to Bosku without buyback. The XD! It comes back.
It comes right back. It's Carlo, sorry. He knows this game is now almost done, unless...
That's Megas at least.
Yeah.
This Morph's huge.
What will Blacklist do? We do have one last gobble up.
Toss
that was a pounce. Oh, sorry, that was a toss back.
Yeah, they forced the BKB, and the Wind Waker is going to see shakes the safety. Raven missed.
Raven missed the bounce, but he goes back to the high ground and hitting a Leshrac on the way. We have the Walrus Punch as well for this Lesh. Bob, his healing has been reduced, so is his damage, but he's going to survive this as Palos is back in. They turn Tusk into a pig, and now he'll die for 2 minutes as Tims also gets finished off. Execration,
it's
the
only
kings
Raven.
of 2 O's. They're going to finish off this game. They're going to win the Filipino Derby. Raven alone versus 5. He's not strong enough. He's been flattened. The Ancients being destroyed. Execration showing the old guard. There's a new